How many of you know how to use FX book? How many of you know how to use FX book? Let me know in chat. Or you do use FX book to trade. FX book to trade. Okay. I need to know how to use it. All right, so what I'm just going to do first is I'm going to just go over the analysis of Forex and see what's playing out. You guys can see the first trade that I did on Monday, the first setup I did on Monday for gold actually did well over. It's presently, I exited the market here yesterday. I exited here yesterday. That is about, man, this 1,068 pips, over 1,000 pips. This is why I exited all of my swing market. I think I even got in the market before here. I think I got in somewhere around here. Yeah, after this was taken out. All right. And the market actually did too. So the first thing I told you guys is change of character. I always say that when the market changes, so here is what change of character. Okay, here is break of structure. So there's first break of structure, but I always take the break of structure after change of character. Okay, and if the market comes back into play. Okay, I think my first trade I got in somewhere around here. Yeah. So when I analyzed it that morning, I told you guys, and it was actually on Friday, I did this. So on Monday, I analyzed, oh, the market has gone, but if it comes back to this area, I gave me a play out, and that is what it did. Swing, good swing. So what was the range? So what I taught you guys on Monday night, okay, I didn't just teach you. So this was the range of the market. This was the falling range, okay. And if you look at that right now, what happened? It picked it up. So that is for the falling range. Okay, if we look at the previous bullish range, sorry. If you look at the previous bullish range, it wasn't far from it as well. So if you look at this market right now, this was this market. It was a little bit eliminated. All right. So that structure actually got started. Okay. So if you look at this range, where it's supposed to be your TP, just there. Market fulfilled it preciously. Okay, that is, you can see that is it. That is around where I had my first TP. So this is for gold, already played a good move. Okay, we had other setup. I think we had an SL on one of the, was it US 30 that almost gave us TP, then eventually came back down. But I gave you guys GU setup. It's very, very important to look at what you've done in analysis and analyze yourself. Over the course of this week into next week, I see this market may actually play a very bullish market, or this is still going to be my play for next week. I'm not going to do anything about this market at the moment. Okay, this particular one, I'm going to keep it. There's something I'm going to show you guys on GU that may play out today. Okay, let me just look at other market first. Market tipped it off, eventually got to that place. Yeah, got there. All right, tipped it up and it's selling right now. So guess what? Was there a raid? Absolutely, there was a raid. Okay. Now, before the raid, is there a change? I told you guys at the moment this market changes character. So this was a change of character. Market changed character around here, came back, created a new one. Is there a break of structure? Yes, there is a break of structure. So I think this market may probably be selling over the cost. After the change of character, market drop down. Okay, I think we need to experience, this is too shallow. I need to experience this, all right, for me to have good trades. So market may come back, break this, then I'll find trades for a sell, major sell. Now, if we're looking at for a sell, this is the range, very crazy range. So this is a strong range. Yeah, this is a short one because this already did over 60%, 40%. Okay, but if we're looking at the 4-hour, let me see. Yeah, I would say that's a strong range. It means we could sell all the way down here. Now imagine you selling this market all the way down here. That's strong money. So like I told you guys, I'm giving you guys setup that we'll be playing out next week. So we know that we already have a direction for next week. So when I see a breakout structure, I'm going to trade this market even today. All right. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But if there's a breakout structure, then we're set up for a trade. USD JPY. Okay. So we had a buy. I said, if this, come on, this market actually triggered. Was it on Tuesday? I said, if this market comes back down into this area, all right, it's going to buy. Guess what it's doing right now? Excellently. It didn't even do a simple drawdown. So this was the fair value gap. I said, if it comes there, all right, look at what it's doing. It's done over how many pips? Voila. Okay. It did over 158 pips. It's sitting presently at 120 something pips if you got that trade. So I said the first trade was going to be here. So those of you who took the trade, okay, when the market got here, all right, you still be in profit right now. But I said the most safe one was going to be here. And guess what? The trade is still valid. And I think this is going to play out even into next week. Is it late to get in? I think it's already late to get in because today is Friday. All right. But that's some money. If you got in here right now, you probably would have done TP1 because when you take a trade, I always tell you when you take a trade, okay, not TP1, you wouldn't have done TP1. But any trade you do that you get 70 pips, you better get out or break even. Take one TP out first, okay? But if this trade has moved from here to here, I think I would have been out of the market for TP1, okay? Because the stop loss, this is it. If you took the trade from here, you would have done TP1 here, okay? That's 1-to-1. Then you'd have left this trade to play out. Why am I showing you this? Some of you do not have the strength, okay, of analysis because you do not do analysis. The confidence you're going to have in your tomorrow's trade, next week trade, is the data you have in your yesterday's trade. And if you do not see the analysis you do play out, how do you have confidence to trade tomorrow? Then it's a gamble. Okay, that's why we do this analysis. We come on live, we do, okay, this is why I'm going to buy, and I show you. If you come back to play these analysis out or do them by yourself, copy them, use the same format to trade to analyze your own chart, and you see them play out. You don't even have to trade it. Just seeing these things play out the way you want them to play out strengthens your confidence to take trades on the live market. Does that make sense? Put sense on the chat if you understand what I'm saying. The reason some of you are second guessing your ability to trade effectively is because you're not practicing the power of analysis. Trading is about data. Okay, you can win with data and you can lose with data. Okay, but there is no winning without data. There's no proper losing with losing with learning without data. Okay, so with that being said, let's see if we can grab something this morning. Let me jump on 30. What do you have for Kendrick? Wow. So I literally said something. The analysis I did, I said if German tries to break this area, come back to this area, it's gonna buy. This is some good move on a German on an indices. Okay, and I think it's still playing consolidation, but this was a good move and came back. If I got this out, man, this was good. But today, what do we have today? Let's see. What can we trade today? Before I dash into money in minutes, let me see what I can trade today. Now, if we have in the market. Okay, market is consolidating. Where is Asian low and Asian high? This is Asian. Let me go. Hold on. Days low. Okay, this is the days low. Wow, error. Okay. Previous day low. Okay, previous day high, which is targets. Don't miss Monday night trainings. You learn a lot. Okay, so the market is here at the moment. Where's Asian low? All right. This was Asian low. Okay, and this was Asian high. So much weak here. Weakening, weakening, weakening. What I can tell you guys, if there is so much power in this area, the market is just coming, coming. Okay, I think so. Two things is going to happen right now. If market breaks above this area, say buy, and stop loss is going to be below this area, and target is going to be this area. That's the decision of the market. If it breaks above, it's going to push to the daily high, previous day high. That if it breaks above, this is what I'm going to look out for. I want to exit this consolidation. It's not looking healthy for me, but if it breaks above this area, I am going to buy the market and I'm going to target this area for an overall TP. Okay. And it's the same thing that goes. This is the daily low. So you see the potential for the daily low is actually very small compared to the high. So what I would do is the same thing. If it breaks below this area, okay, I am going to sell and I'm going to put my stop loss above on US 30. It's the same thing. Either way, I'm going to put an alarm on both sides so that it notifies me in the course of the day. But this is what I would do, so you guys can actually do same. The breaks above, I am going to buy. Break and close on a 15 minutes or 1 hour. It's a buy. Okay. And you exit it. Don't forget to exit TP1 1-to-1. TP1 is always 1-to-1. What does that mean? If stop loss is 100 pips, TP1 is 100 pips. Okay, forget TP2. TP1 is the first goal. All right, TP2, you get it after you break even. So this is what I am looking at. It may go both ways. All right. This market may probably sell, but that depends on the next 3 candles on the 15 minutes. Okay. If the next 3 candles go bullish and take away this area, you guys watch. If this area is taken out, then this market may probably buy the day. Yeah. This market is going to buy the day if it takes away this area. But this may actually be the London session manipulation this week. That's why I'm watching it. But if it goes below this area and closes below on the 15 minutes, it's going to close this gap first, then it's going to attack this daily low. That is what I'll be looking at for on US 30. Let me see. US oil. And this guy. What do I have? This guy's going to sell. Let me leave US oil. It's not looking good. This guy already broke the sell record. It's gone. This was a dash to liquidity. It already broke a sell record. So it's already gone on sell. Gold. Gold is gone. So guys, I'm just gonna watch US 30 is the only thing that is looking untapped. Okay. That break, I'm just gonna watch it. Okay, I didn't do S&P 5. I'm doing indices and I'm doing volatile pairs before I go into Forex. Okay, volatile pairs first. All right, what do I have here? I don't like the fact that this candle opened in London. What time was this? It was 8. Okay. Okay. I think we might have a position on the upside. I don't just like this. If this was Tokyo high, I would have loved it. Target between here and here is not too much. But this is going to buy. But it's going to sell when it does this. So guys, break above this area, buy, break below this area, sell. I'm just going to do an alarm for notification. I don't want to be caught up. Let me still do this. This is going on. This London, break above this area. is going to buy. This market is going to buy probably. Let me drop an alarm here. Will notify us. Okay, guys, now that we have those analysis, I'm still in the session. We're still going to go back into that, but let's see what we can catch in our money in minutes before we head back to Forex. AUD is strong, JPY is weak. That's AUD, JPY for a buy. Let's look at that. Let's see what Euro JPY. Okay, AUD JPY is good. CAD JPY is going to be my next. I don't want to be sentimental towards London pairs. Let's see. CAD JPY, I think it's already moved. Bullish on the 5 minutes, bullish on the 15 minutes, bullish on an hour. So, all right, so let's set up these two pairs. Bearish on the daily, but it's bullish on an hour. Well, let me look at CAD JPY here. This card, okay, CAD JPY is good. So this area we're supposed to be, yeah, this market digged it very well. Digged it very well. So I'm thinking if this market is going to come back, it's going to go up, come back to this area and buy. So this is what I am looking through. I think market is going to go up, come back into this area, then we're going to see our buy up. So this area is going to be our first point of interaction. That is if it aligns. If it comes back right now, I'm not sure it's going to align with our strategy. But if it does, we take. But I do know back into this area is going to be strong point of reaction. Back into this area, it's going to be strong point. So that's for CAD JPY. Let's see what we have in. What is that? I said this guy is going to buy. The S&P 500 is already going that direction. But German 30. Wow, German 30 is already buying as well. Yeah, I didn't do anything on German 30. Gold is taking it to the moon. US 30 should be doing the same. Yeah, US 30 is also buying. Yeah, a closing above this area would have been a good buy, but the thing is, the Asian high, maybe there's so much liquidity there, may actually refuse it. So the potential is not too good. But if it breaks above the Asian high, that is means the target is. That's why I'm just trying to be careful. All right. So I would have said if it breaks above this, you can get in. And the truth is, you can actually get in. But I always give the full autopsy. Okay, I'm not sentimental. I just make sure I follow what I need to see before I need to trade. How many of you know that the goal of trading is not to make money? Okay, how many of you believe that the goal of trading is not to make money? Some of you are confused, right? How many of you are confused about what I said? I love that. You didn't answer my question before you asked my question. You first answer so that I know what your answer is then before you want to know what mine is. Right? Well, Cambridge, what's the goal then? See your own first so that I know. So I know if you're, you say part of the goal. Yeah, I love that. Say part of the goal is to make money. I need everybody to answer. Like, when I get the answers, then I'll say what I need to say. Everything is an education. Everything is learning. And we are product of what we believe, what we think, what we owe ourselves, our thoughts. Okay, I think I'm going to make money when this market comes back into this area. Okay, I'll drop an alarm here. If market comes back, we have a whole lot of time. So if you think the goal of trading is to make money, put make money on the chat. If you believe the goal of trading is to make money, put money on the chat. If you don't believe the goal of trading is to make money, all right, then put, what should you put? Put no, then put what you believe. Okay. Say end goal is to make money. I believe the goal of trading is discipline. Now, some of you are having double thoughts. Questions like this begin to erupt your mind to challenge yourself to think, okay, well, what if the goal is not money, then what it is then? You guys want me to share what I think I know and what it is? Hmm? Wow, this guy is no, so this guy made a good move, but it's not breaking above yet. So the next 15, like I said, the next three candle will determine. He says, seriously, you got me thinking. So I'm going to give you guys a statement. So I have alarm. I am waiting for the market. We can learn while we're waiting for the market and you guys can ask questions. But I seriously think you guys are interested in this thought, right? If you're interested, put I am. This thought I shared right now. See, you owe yourself your thoughts. A lot of people don't know. You are in debt. You are indebted to your thought. What you think and believe is who you are, is who you're going to manifest. So if you do not have the right thoughts, or you've been programmed to believe the wrong thoughts, you are going to manifest it. It's not your thoughts does not live in the existence of consciousness. You do. Your thoughts are replies. Your life, when you see your life today, It's a reply of your thoughts. Your thought reply you. So you have to be careful. That's why scripture says, guard your heart with all discipline and diligence. Out of it are the issues of life. Okay. So first is when it comes to money, there is a principle of money. The rich. Okay. Let me not come from that high. Let me take it later. Poor people think of earning money. Rich people think of investing money. Wealthy people control money. So money is a tool to be used in the environment of finance. Poor people work for the tool, work to get the tool. Rich people use the tool. Wealthy people control the tool. So if I bring that to the question I asked, let me see if you guys found wisdom. The goal of trading, do you believe, is to get the tool or invest the tool or control the tool? What do you guys think now? So for those of you that said the end game, has your belief been altered just by this small scenario? The end game of life has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with control. Money is an illusion in the mind of a poor person. If you walk towards money, you are poor. And guess what? You're always going to be living in that illusion. And that illusion has an end game. All right. That is why a lot of people who chase this money don't get it. Out of 99.9% of people who chase money don't literally get it. Because why? The emotion, you can't learn the act of money in the emotions and the drive of aiming towards it. Because money is a shadow of value of knowledge and value of action. What you know, you would act. But if what you know isn't in alignment with the principle of money, guess what? You're working opposite possession. So when you trade every day, you can make a lot of money, but the goal is not to make money. If that is your goal, then you are in. There's nothing different from somebody who's doing 9 to 5 who got a, you're not different. Okay. The goal is to control. You want to have authority over the use of money, the use of investing it, and the use of controlling it, being in charge of it. When that becomes your obsession, it's just like someone who's trying to sprint. If your goal is to run 200 meters, the moment you start, okay, that becomes your end goal, and your ability, the limitation of your ability. Guess what? You probably will get it, all right? But you're still challenged. You still have milestones of challenges. But the end goal, I want you guys to notice this. But if the goal is to run 1,200 meters, you're not even going to notice when you get 200 meters. True or true? I mean, if you know the scenario I'm talking about. Okay. Put 5 and 1 on the chart. Okay. Let me tell you, your best achievement in life should be subconsciously achieved. You should look back in your life and see the things you achieved that you did not. This wasn't your obsession. When you're obsessed towards higher goals, the lesser goals in life are included in your higher goal pursuit. So if your goal is to earn money, that is still the goal of a poor person. But if your goal is to control money, you're going to end up earning money in the process without even knowing you did. You're going to hit goals you didn't even set. Because why? You are in the higher realm. Your mind is poised towards, is focused towards a higher goal, and all the lesser goals are in. See, money is not bigger than you. Stop enslaving yourself by the thought of earning it. It's the same thought energy you're using to earn money, is the same thought energy you're using to produce value. So when I wake up every day, I already know that I'm going to earn a lot of money if I produce a lot of value. So my goal is to produce a lot of value. Hence, I have authority and control over money. And I've been doing this before I hit my first 4 figures, my first 5 figures. I've been doing this in US dollars. I'm not talking Naira. Okay. Before I became rich in finance or in what how would I call it? I've always been rich in spirit. Before I practically manifested the riches in attainment, I've been operating in this principle. Okay, so I now realize it's inconsequential. Stop wasting your energy in trying to earn money. It's just kind of like a directive measure. Okay, it's your choice. The same energy you're using to try to want to help your bills. So some of you, there are push of energy. You have bills controlling you right now. You are obsessed towards being more of who you are because of your bills, because of your life financial challenges. It's the same energy you're using to focus on those things. It's the same energy you're using to produce value. So control your energy. All right. Prioritize what you need to be than what you need to take care of. Okay. So when I look at the market as a trader, I prioritize who I want to become as a trader than what I would have achieved as a trader. Am I making sense to you guys? It's the same energy, and your energy produces your reality. So if I use the same energy I have to produce the reality of a poor person, guess the achievement, I will have the achievement of a poor, I will celebrate the achievement of a poor person. Just because you make your first $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 doesn't make you rich. Guess what? If you stay, if that energy produce that achievement, all right, and you never change that energy, you're going to lose it. It's just a matter of time. And it's not because I would lose it that it pushed me to this dimension. I already know being in control is what God created me for. I'm in charge. The universe was meant to serve me. It means I was created. I'm a royal priesthood. It means I'm in charge. That is my mindset. It means I align with my true self when I think being in charge. Okay? In charge of body, self, spirit, soul, mind, and resource. It's a mindset. And when you tap into that mindset, guess what? Give yourself 3 years. Everything you set as a goal. Okay, let me say this personally. You may not agree. For over 17 years of my career pursuing things, I altered my experience in a year, 2 months. What I couldn't achieve in a year, 2 months, in 17 years of my adulthood career pursuing money, in a year and 2 months, I altered it. What put everything I earned in 17 years, I pursued in 17, in a year, 2 months, I earned over 5 times of it. And in 3 years, I earned probably over 100 times of it. So if what I'm saying right now, you don't believe it, what I would tell you is go ask successful people. Starting from me, I just told you my own. So find other successful people, and when they made their shift, what was the difference between their last 10 years and their present 5 years? You see that it far surpassed it. When you make that shift up here, okay? So that is the shift I made. I realized that being in control will give me everything in control. Does that make sense? Are you guys excited about what I shared? Or you're feeling heavy? How many of you are feeling heavy? The knowledge is heavy. You're feeling heavy. It's okay to feel heavy. When I hear things like this, it challenges me because everything is thought. This changes your thought. If it doesn't, you are rebellious. Your obsession becomes your possession. There's something I shared on my Instagram, and I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Your obsession becomes your possession, but if your obsession is not trained, you're going to be possessed. Period. A lot of people are possessed by lack. They are possessed by poverty. They are possessed by weakness, laziness, instability, insecurity. Because why? Their obsessions were not trained. Okay, so your intellectual faculty or your higher faculty determines your life, not your senses. If your senses drive your thought, you are in deep problem. And that is what the deep mess the world has programmed us to. They program us towards our senses. What you feel is what you become. That is not true. Okay. Feeling is a factor of your senses. It is a lesser truth. What you will is who you become. What you think is who you become. All right. So your memory, your will, your perception. See, these things you are higher. If you train them, if you train all of your desires with these things, you're going to be more ahead of your senses, and that is who you truly become. So I learned at the, well, I won't say at the early stage. I was a victim for a long period, but at the early stage of my success, of my life in the spirit, I learned how to build will, build faith, build perception, build intuition, all right? Strengthen my memory, load my memory with the right knowledge. That becomes my thinking process. Do you know that what you store in your memory can control your thoughts? That is why they say study to show thyself approved. When you study a lot of information, study people, feel people, get close to people, hear people, you're filling your memory with data. And these are going to be your procession. Your procession over time will become your what? Your obsession, and your obsession will become what? Your possession. But what are you processing? The data of lack or the data of knowledge? The data and the experiences of wealth. Okay, if you can experience it, you can own it. So live beyond what you see. Some of you come into the market to get what you don't have. That is a problem. So you think you don't have money. If you come into the market, you can have it. No, I get into the market for my knowledge to produce what I have. So what do you have? Because you can never earn above what you have deposited in your bank account. If this is true, I can't get the money from the market. The market has to show me how much I have. So for every time the market is showing you lack, debit, that is what you have. So change it from within first. And that is a journey many of you have to go through. You have to learn through, gain through to be able to achieve. It's not what I teach you that will help you make millions. In fact, what I teach you in the market is just to reflect your millions. If you don't have the millions, you're always going to be blowing accounts. Period. I'm not here to sweet talk. That's why many traders blow accounts. They don't know why, and they can't factor in why. All right. They play low on psychology. They play low on money management. All right. And they place so much interest in the skill and strategy, man. That is how you've been trained. You're trained to see the physical achievement more than the spiritual ownership. All right. So I didn't know I was going to do this morning, but I just did. If you feel challenged, ask yourself the right question. What do I have? What am I investing in myself that I'm going to produce in the market? Because in 3 years, the market will be a reflection of your thought, period, not a reflection of what you know. So if your learning process do not help you know the right things, you're always going to produce who you were, not who you want to become. So who are you right now is always who you're going to produce. So affect who you are. Like me talking to you this morning, do you know it's more 3 months of learning the chart can never give you the achievement of realizing the truth I'm sharing with you right now. How many of you believe that? All right. 1 year of applying yourself in the chart can't give you the data of what I'm sharing with you right now. So let's go back to the market and see if you can earn. So that's why you can see I'm very nonchalant sometimes, because why? The market does not control my emotions of earning. If I earn money today, it means I had it today. If I don't, then I've listed it or I've invested it. So sometimes I come to invest, sometimes I come to harvest. The market is a harvest ground. It's a sowing ground and a harvest ground. What you sow is what you reap. So sometimes you come into the market, it takes from you, that's sowing. It's a mindset. But when you can't apply yourself to this information or this mindset, when you lack, we have a lack mindset. When you have a lack mindset, what you always do is you're going to be moved with the emotions of taking. And when you're not seen to take, you're angry. You think this thing is not working for you. Your decisions begin to sway. It means you are a baby who doesn't have a direction. And guess what? You're going to quit. And it's the same application you will use for every environment, whether in the job environment, in tech, in real estate, no matter where you get into. If you're not in control mentally, you can't be in control physically. What comes to you in life is not that which you chase. What comes to you in life is that which you focus on and you have. So when I make a decision on the market, I already know what I am losing and what I can gain. And I already still know that I can either lose it or gain it. So I'm open to the two opportunities because it doesn't affect my finances. Amen. So it's a great day. Let's see what's happening in US 30. It didn't break above. It didn't break above. See, guys, you see why I didn't want you guys to take it when it breaks above this? All right, because Asian is going to challenge it. So now, if it breaks above this and close, either on a 15 minutes or an hour, it's going to be a good trade. Is there news today? I don't know. Today is Friday. Around 3 p.m. Okay, I don't know about if there's news on USD. So German 30 is springing. I told you guys it was gonna buy S&P 500. Asian is disturbing it as well. Okay, I think I did S&P. Told you Asian is disturbing it as well. So hey, let's see what happens. My alarm blows. Fine. Any questions so far? We are about getting. See, sometimes. How many of you? I need you guys to talk to me. How many of you got value on this session that you didn't prepare for? So I need you guys to process something. What gave you this value? Self-analyze the process to when you gain this value. What happened? What gave you this value? I got value in what I shared. In fact, I never actually thought I would. It's so deep. In fact, it goes beyond my planning process. That means this was intentional and substantial. So what goals, what do you think produced this value for you? And it's not a factor of me. I just, the process as to how you got this value. I need you to self-analyze and tell me what you think it is. Something deep is coming. So whilst we're waiting for the market, we're just chatting right now. Something deep is flowing. It's coming. I think I want to share it too. But that's going to be dependent on how you guys can process these last 40 minutes we've had together, or 50 minutes, right? And this is what, because there's a question your heart should ask. There's a question your heart should ask after the information that I've shared with you. Many of you don't ask questions. You're not good at questions. You're not good at asking because you don't even have a direction of what to ask. But if I'm looking at my life right now and I don't know what it is that I just heard and I know where I'm coming from, I've studied my life. I mean, I'm very good at learning through questions. I am not ashamed. So, and I know how I ask questions. I first learned how to learn before I learned what to learn. Okay. That is why I can retain any information and I can teach it. Because why? I learned the how, not the what. And I became the who by learning the how. So what question would I ask myself? Or what would I learn about this information that I just got if I were you? What was the process to this achievement of value? I need someone to tell me. Ask your mind. Analyze yourself. Analyze information. So that you can do well next time this type of information is coming to you. Well, okay. Because if you do not know how it came, how can you use it? Does anyone want to speak? If you want to share, just raise your hand. We are waiting for trade. It's not coming. I can't force trade. Okay. And are we learning? Are we learning? We're learning. We're using our time judiciously. So whilst trying to fight the chart, look for a trade, wait for it, and share value, right? Can we still go in the direction of value? There's always a next level. There are certain things I do with my personal students in mentorship, in training and coaching. I want to relieve some information. I feel like that's going to be dependent on you. What I get, but it has to be interactive. This card GPU, I just put it up. It's Friday anyway. Okay, nobody has a process factor. So I should go back to the chat. You guys are not ready for the next value. You're thinking. Self-analyze yourself. What is the process to this value? Okay, let me ask it in a lame way. What's the come about? How did you get to come about this value that just happens to you right now? Is it that simple enough, right? Okay, someone said desire to learn. You guys give me just, I think it's lame enough for you guys to give me the answers right now. How did you get this value? Like what brought about the value? If you're thinking, put thinking on the chat because I know I've challenged. See, there's something, you guys don't know something about your mind. Your mind is a muscle. You can wear it out. So some of you, the way you feel tired, energy lost, there can be energy boost. It's a muscle. Your mind, your brain is a muscle, which means you can wear it out and you can strengthen it. You guys are feeling me, right? So if you lack words right now, it's because your mind is overwhelmed. It means your mind has experienced a muscle challenge. It means something has stressed your mind beyond its limit of comprehension and is challenged. Imagine if you stay in this environment daily, challenging your mind to expand. Who would you become in another year? Can you think of it now? Give me a word. The same, just imagine you exercising your muscle, hand muscle every day, okay? Using 15 grams or 30 grams or, every day for 6 months. How would your hand muscle look like? It's going to blow out. If you're exercising one hand and not exercising the other hand, you're going to find out that this hand has more muscles than this hand. Guess what? Your mind is a muscle. Your brain is a muscle. Your heart is a muscle. Everything requires energy to grow. So when you expose yourself to information that has not been in the concept of your thinking, what happens? That is muscle. That's training. That's mind energy. So imagine if you go to the gym, what happens to you? You get exhausted and all of a sudden you feel weak. All of your energy is drained because you drained yourself building. At that point, you can't do anything. If they even tell you lift one thing, you can't. You don't even have the energy. But when you come the next day, there's a burst of new energy. You've increased dimensions of energy. All right. But at the immediate period, you exhausted and expanded your energy. Guess what? You are clueless. That's what's happening to you guys right now. You can't even answer this simple question. It's just like, take it for instance, you have a child. Your child goes out, comes back and have an injury. And you ask the child, what injured you? And the child does not reply you. Oh, I fell down. Oh, something caught me. Oh, That is the question I just asked you. Simple question how did you get this information? And you just got yourself thinking and your mind couldn't produce you an answer. Because you got yourself thinking. Your mind is blunt. Simple question is, I was present here in this session. That is how I got this value. That was the answer. How did it come about? Because I was present to listen. I was present to learn. Someone said desire to learn. No, it wasn't the desire to learn. It was, how did it come about? Because you're here. How did you get it? Your child comes back, how did you get this injury? I was playing with Emeka and Emeka beat me. Simple. It was simple and straight, but the answer won't come because you have something has happened to your mind. It has been trained and exhausted. What a beautiful thing that just happened to you, but many don't notice it. Even if you traded and you made money this morning, you did nothing to your mind. You didn't learn anything because you showed up today in an environment to get value. Imagine if you have relationship of value, stressing your mind to grow every day. What's going to happen to you in another 6 months? What's going to happen to you in another 1 year? Many of you take for granted access. Have I made sense to you right now? Have I given you something bigger by sharing this with you today? Consciousness is everything. If you become conscious of self, many of you are not in a journey of training yourself. Okay? So there are different dimensions of self. There are your emotional dimensions. What trains them? The things you see, the things you hear, the things you feel. Same goes with your mental dimension. All right? What you read, study, knowledge grows your mental dimension. There is your spiritual dimension. This is your higher faculty training. Who you become, your purpose, who you are. If you follow and pursue them, it increases your spiritual dimension. And that is the author, God himself. Okay? Then there's your physical dimension, your body. If you want to be healthy, you eat good food, do exercise. Okay? If you want to be mentally fit, you read good books. All right? Study. Build your muscle. You have to, that's physical. But build your spirit. Where does it come from? That's God. That's a journey with God. Question you ask yourself every day, what are you building? Money is a reflection of that which is built. What are you building? What is your 3-year project of building self? You think if you earn a lot of money, you're going to build yourself? No. In fact, you're not going to earn a lot of money if you're not built. All right? So can remove is not, one of the things I factored in myself, I did at a very, very early age is that I tried to make myself a figure of knowledge. A figure of knowledge, a pathway to knowledge, because I know where I'm coming from. I have access and I try to sell it by giving value. Because many people will not get the dimension of self if they were not told. If I didn't tell you what I shared with you, if I didn't share with you what I shared with you this morning, can any one of you tell me where you're going to get it? A quiz. Let's do a simple quiz. With your day-to-day activity, coming into this market, your obsession about trading, where are you going to get it? Because this was value for your spirit and mind. If I helped you make money, that was value for your money, your emotions. And your emotions are temporal, subject outside of you. Your emotions are controlled by activity. It is not part of you. You carry them, but it is not part of you. It's a reflection of who you are, but it is not part of you. How bad and how sad. This is what billions of people in the world chase, the emotional status of life. What you have, what you don't have, you're chasing it. and you're losing time into factoring who you can be. All right. Well, there's so much value this morning. There's so much streams. If I continue, I just feel I'm moving from stream to stream. Okay. So I factor in to tell you this truth. In your day-to-day activity, this would be the question I would ask if I was in this session. How can I retain, increase access to these type of information? Because they are rare. How? That's what my mind would ask me. And the truth is, you have the answer. Prioritize relationship that goes beyond your emotional. What feeds your emotion? So if I'm trading with you and I'm making money, I'm only feeding your emotions. But if I'm adding value to your spirit and your mind, I am building yourself. Prioritize relationship that builds you, not emotionalize you. Does that make sense? Prioritize relationship. If you don't have them, chase them. All right. The scripture says, follow those who through faith. Your life is a reflection of your experiences, your relationship, and your meetings. Success. Success is a reflection of a meeting. A meeting is a reflection of relationship. And actions are reflections of communications. So who you're going to do tomorrow is based on what you heard today. And what you're going to hear today is based on the environment you are today. So if you prioritize the environment, you're going to change your communications. And when you change your communications, your actions will change and your result will change. Before I got to 7 figures in Naira, I don't even like saying that. Before I got to 6 figures, before I got to 6 figures, I had a meeting. Relationship changed. When I was in lack, I had relationship. I was in an environment. But to change that environment, to change that experience, I had to change that environment. And when I changed that environment, I changed the people that I listen to. And when I changed the listening factor, communication changed. And guess what? Action changed. Or guess what? Result changed. It's not about what I did. I was more hardworking when I was broke than I'm hardworking today. So it's not about your obsession about work hard. No, it's not about a work hard factor. Work direction. What direction? Your environment, your mental, physio-mental environment. It means your physical environment. Who are the people you talk to? Who are the people you listen to? Who are the people you stay with? That shapes your environment. Okay. Now, listening brings communication. You gain knowledge by listening to people. Who are you listening to? It helps your knowledge. And if your communication changes, guess what's going to change? Your belief will change and your actions will change. And if your action changes towards your communication, what's going to happen? Success is a result. Am I making sense? So don't strive to do what the rich is doing. Strive to become who the rich people are. What are their environment? Go towards their environment. What are their communication? Begin to hear their communication. They read books, they go to meetings, they pay for mentorship, they do things. Do what they do, you change your experiences. So money is a tool. Learn how to use it well. How many billionaires do you talk to every day? How many billionaires do you listen to every day? If you want to be a billionaire, change your environment. Begin to go where billionaires go. Restaurants, meetings. How many of you have? See, sometimes buying seminars or buying trainings, it's not because of what you learn. It's investing in the environment of the things you will become. So for every program that I bought, it's not, sometimes the knowledge I get, I already knew it. In fact, I knew more. But I buy it not because of what I'll get, but the experience that I would have. The kind of people that buys into that thing, I buy it. I shape my mind to know I belong there. And over time, I am going to attain the status of not striving to do it, but now it's easy for me. There are things that are easy for me to do, but there was a time I was striving to do them. I have to save to do them. Because why? I learned these things that I'm sharing with you, family. These were my cogitations. They were my consciousness to become more than I am. Okay, to do things that are bigger than me so that I can be bigger than them. Or I can be bigger than me. The only way you can be bigger than you is to do things that are bigger than you. But sometimes many of you are scared. I can't put this money. I don't have the money to do this. I don't have the money to get a personal mentor or coach. I don't have the money to buy the seminar. I need to use it to pay my rent. You prioritize spending more than investing. And that is the mindset of a poor person. Take the next 3 years to invest in yourself. Go to the right environment, physically, mentally. Do a physio-mental exercise on your environment. Change your communications. It's not about reading books. Tell your story. Who's telling you a story? Like right now, I'm telling you a story. I'm training you because you are in my environment. Imagine if you do this every day and you're obsessed about listening to me. Okay, not just from the factor of training. Now imagine if you are in that environment, I am coaching you to do the things that I am doing. Do you think you'll be where you are right now? True or true? If I'm personally coaching you to be successful, do you think you're going to be where you are right now? Because my coaching is not a factor of skill, it's a factor of person. That is the journey. Any question? The market is not coming back. The market is starting increasingly moving in the direction of consolidation. All right, maybe in the New York session is going to expand, but right now it's not doing anything. And that is why I'm using value to share. Say thank you, coach, for this value share. Please, what advice do you have for someone that always feel isolated in this trading environment? What must they start doing to come out of isolation? Now, the first thing is, what is the isolation factor? Something prompts you to stay away. All right, because by default, okay, let me help the thought of isolation. I'm an introvert. Many people don't know I'm an introvert. I'm an opposite of who I think you see online. Many of you, I love to talk. Yeah, that's one thing about me. I speak. All right, I love information. I speak. But there's a part of my life that loves to be separate from what people see. It means by nature, I love to be different. I love to be isolated. Okay. But by obsession, I have to do the things that I don't love to be. Because why? The scripture does not say feed who you are, feed who you want to become. Say follow those. It means following people, you have to get into an environment of discomfort. Okay. You have to do things you naturally wouldn't do for you to gain what you should or you want to gain. There is no success in isolation. Success is a teamwork. All right. Do you guys believe that? Success is a teamwork. And if you have an isolated mindset, you are already at a disadvantage. So the first thing you need to learn is not pursue success. Discipline yourself to be team-oriented. Learn to speak publicly. Get into public environment. Communicate publicly. Get people to give you opinions and you can take them without being injured. You need to loosen yourself. That is a training. It may even take more than a year for you to be good at that. When you're good at that, you're going to achieve the things easily. But don't force yourself. There's no isolated success, family. Even the big require you to become bigger. So they do things to associate with you, despite the fact that they already have what you can offer them. But they know that for them to stay relevant and valid in life, our success is tied to each other. Does that make sense? So one skill of success is to stay outside of isolation, be public. Now, when I say public, doesn't mean you talk, no. People reflect possession. Every wealth is in people. So you need to learn to be people-oriented, serve people, listen to people, all right? Learn from people, be people-oriented, okay? That is one thing you have to do to alter that isolation factor, because if you don't, you're going to begin, even your mentor will not be able to mentor you because why? You have an isolated mindset. If I teach, there are students that I teach, they don't do my teaching. They only take what they like because they have an isolated mindset. They do what they prefer. It's an isolated mindset. You cannot be humble when you have that mindset. Humility is not because you are low. Humility is because you're open to learn, you're open to serve, you're open to become, irrespective of what your values and your thoughts and your narratives are. Okay, that's your true relationship is when you're open. You can be intertwined, you can mingle, you can listen and learn and find out the experiences at the cost of everything. Okay, does that make sense? So those are the things you need to start doing to come out of isolation. Okay. There are certain things that I've done that have brought me to success. If I'm looking back at it, I said, Henry, how did you do that? I was just obsessed about doing what a mentor tells me to do. What did they do? I did it. I make sure I set goals to do them. All right. Many of you, if you study your life right now, you're a very selfish person. Not because you want to be selfish, because that is who you've become. And that is why you're struggling. Okay. How much have you earned today? If you did not trade, how much have you earned today? As I'm talking to you right now, I'm earning money. You know why? Because I am serving people. There are things that I've done, they create money for me because why? I'm not isolated. I am intertwined. Universe is working for me because I've given it source to work for value. So when you keep asking yourself, the lifestyle that I have today that is making me this person, the money I'm not earning, because some of you, you think you have to work to get it. No, you have to become, you have to serve to own it. All right. So shape your life. Give yourself 3 years. I'm only saying these 3 years. Some people don't know why. Everything you want to become, you want to train. Okay. What does it take to be your environment coach? I think you didn't ask that question well. You're making me assume what you want to ask. Or what does it take to be in your environment coach? You're already in my environment. You're already in my environment. Are you not in my environment? Every one of you have access to me. Now, how direct or what is the intensity of that access? It's going to be dependent on you. Period. How would I put it? I give every one of you value. Now, the value may come in layer, depending on the person. Okay? Since I've learned a lot because of the value I've gotten here, especially about control, it's going to help me stop blowing account. Let me tell you, SB, I'm liking the fact that you guys are sharing and talking, and I always help what I know there's a comma, there's a problem. If you consciously have a problem of blowing accounts, it is not what you do, the actions you do to blow that account that is your problem. It's the consciousness you have towards that account that is your problem. Nobody should learn how not to blow account. Rather, people should be learned to be open to blowing accounts. So you have a problem thinking blowing account is a problem. Are you with me? SB. If you're thinking blowing account is a problem, that is the problem. That is why you will keep blowing accounts and you keep experiencing problem, because go study every successful trader. They will still blow. I will still blow account tomorrow, but not the way you think of blowing account. Blowing account is like losing money. Am I correct? Is there a problem in losing money in trading? Okay. Is there a problem in losing 30 times in trading? SB. Something just changed right now. Am I correct? The way I asked the question, it changed the way you answered. Am I correct? It's not in the volume. So you caged your mind in an account. How much was in it? How much you put in it? So when you lose it all, you count it as one. But if you lose 30 times in trading, is there a problem? There is no problem. Because you will lose tomorrow. You will lose next tomorrow. Even if you become if you learn the best key, you will still lose. So why did you tie it to an account? It's consciousness. So you're ruled by your consciousness. You're not, there's not a problem. And that consciousness is based on your affordability, the lack. So if you're pushing life in dimension of lack, guess what you're going to always get? So chase yourself, change your thoughts towards an account. First, if you change the consciousness towards that account, the actions, the communications will change, the belief will change, and the actions will change. Like having this communication right now is going to begin to change your belief. And guess what's going to begin? Like you said, what you said was true, that the things you're hearing, which is communication. But I added a layer right now. Because why? The communication is not to change blowing account. The communications is to change how you feel when you blow account. Because the truth is, the people who lose more in trading learn more and become more. Learning, losing money opens you to the opposite emotion of fighting learning. So when you lose, you want to find out. You are upset at why do you lose? You want to learn. Something brings you to learn because why? You don't like losing. So losing inspires you to learn. So if you are afraid of losing, you are telling yourself that you don't want to learn. And that is the problem. When you fail in school, they think you are a loser. No, when you fail, you learn why you fail. You become more. Are you guys all learning? Market is favoring us today because it's giving us, because if the market had given us opportunity to earn money, I probably wouldn't have done what I've done today. True or true? So every delay is not necessarily a disappointment. So many of you, if I wasn't saying the things I'm saying right now, you probably would have been outside of the session. Am I correct? You'd have gone to find time. Your time is more valuable than just. But somehow these things I'm sharing with you have gotten you glued. And guess what? You guys are having influence over me because I don't want to stop. You guys tell me now, I need to stop. Every every failure is an opportunity to learn. So everything is mindset. Okay, that is why I lost everything in trading. I lost everything. I lost everything in trading, but mindset kept me. It's not about what you lose. It's about who you are, because who you are, you would always gain. All right? Who you are, you'd always gain. So when you're thinking about that's why I can trade, I can lose everything, but tomorrow you find me, I'm always more than enough. It doesn't matter. Don't shape my life with what you think I have now. You are confused. Okay? Because why? What I have right now is in a dimensional flow. So I cannot be controlled by that dimensional flow, but rather I'm obsessed by who I am becoming every day in thinking, in action, and in belief. All right. Thank you, Henry. How do you help someone who is in debt and always feel drawn back when trading, thereby blowing accounts? That's a very beautiful question. Still a limitation, but let me help that. Let's first drive the consciousness. So what is the consciousness? What does debt bring to you? Anthony Ede, when you're thinking you are in debt, what does it bring to your mind? What does it subject you to? Fear, happiness, joy, abundance, fulfillment, lack? What words come to your mind? All right. Can you be fearful and unhappy and create joy at the same time? And win at the same time? So why are you trading? What do you think the experiences of your trading will become when you're fearful and unhappy? So do you see a correlation between debt and blowing accounts? the seed will produce the harvest. Do you see a correlation? So what do you think you need to change? What do you think you need to change? I have it. I can tell you. You may not be able to comprehend it today, but I will always tell you as you grow into the consciousness. The feeling of debt, you need to change it. The market does not owe you and cannot pay your debt. So I do what I do and experience the things I experience, not because I don't have challenges in life. In fact, if I show you my challenges, some of you will quit this business. You quit this journey. You will think I'm an opposite side of the person that I am that is talking. You think you have money problems. Get to my level. Many of you are not trained mentally to be able to wield the power and the consciousness of control over your challenges. Challenges do not what's the word? Do not grow small as you grow big in life. How many of you realize that is truth? Your challenges, and see, money do not reduce challenges. Money increases challenge. The more you grow financially, the more your challenges increase. So if you cannot be a faithful person whilst you are having challenges that are like small blows, and you are crying and wailing with small challenges, what would you do when you begin to handle big challenges? Come on. That is why the universe will not allow you to come and die. The universe is protecting you by staying small and poor because it protects your life. Because if you are not well trained outside, if you cannot train yourself, you say he that is faithful in little, it's not just faithful in, if you cannot be faithful in preserving your emotions with small things like lack of money, then how do you want to get into service lane that is in speed? You die. So the universe protects you. I'm talking about God. God is not going to allow a blessing that is going to destroy you. So forget what you're praying for. Your life is showing you what you need to do every day. So if you're skipping it, trying to look for promotion, God is not going to give you that promotion because why? You are unfaithful in the experiences of the little things. Am I making sense to someone? Can I continue? That's why I said, if I say it, you may not comprehend it. But as you grow, you get into the consciousness. So your problem is not debt. Everybody has debt. In fact, now successful people are using debt. Then why are poor people afraid of debt? Debt, what you say is debt, is two different reasonings for two different people. So you owe money, you are, just like the scripture says. That's Forex. I pray I don't. Let me just. Okay, S&P 500 has broken above 5 minutes to go, probably. Oh man, the stop loss is going to be big anyway. Let me see US oil. Nothing has happened here. Let me see US 30. He's also breaking above. He's moving alongside with S&P. So if it breaks and close over the next 5 minutes, I think that is a fly. German 30, nothing. Gold. Wow. So US 30 and S&P 500 is at that place. In the next 5 minutes, someone remind me, I'll come back to look at that. Let's see, I close it above. He said, please continue, sir. Okay. All I'm saying. All right. It all comes back to training your mind to be conscious of everything that is happening with you. Everything is meant to train and elevate you. Your challenges, your blessings, your everything that's happening right now. The question is, are you in training or you're trying to skip classes? Bible says all things, not some things, all things work together for good. Everything is working for your good, but the truth is, are you seeing the good that is working or you're seeing a challenge? you're seeing a problem. And because you're seeing a problem, that's why you keep experiencing a problem. But if you begin to see the good in all, say see the good in all things. Okay, so what is my present situation financially doing to me? Shall please plug this. Have you asked yourself the right question? Rather than ask yourself, how do you leave this situation? Why don't you ask yourself, how is this situation blessing me? Because the things you ask, when you ask a question, the universe feeds it to your mind and you will experience it. But because you're not asking the right question, you cannot solve the right problem. You keep solving the wrong problem that you're not qualified for, like trying to earn an extra $10,000 when you have not solved the problem that brought you to lack. Do you think you lack because there was no money? You're lacking because you have lack consciousness. So even if I give you money today, you will still be in debt because that is a consciousness. So why don't you ask yourself, what is truly the problem that brings me to debt? Or what do I do to outlive and control debt? Which is what the rich people do. They control debt. If Dangote has money today, what Dangote do? He builds value that can attract money that goes to the bank and lend on that value, which means he goes in the direction of debt. He is in control of debt. Why don't you use the same consciousness? So what value are you building today? So if you are in debt, case in point, you have no value in offering because you cannot offer value, or you have value in offering and be in debt. Because it's no more called debt that will hold value over you if you're offering a value. So if you lack value, you are a prisoner of debt. So whilst you're not looking at the big horse or big elephant in the room, you're trying to look out for something else. You are the problem because you're not doing what you need to do. In 2007, I learned something that changed my perspective. And over a period of 10 years, it applied in what I know. If today you are not earning 5 times of what you spend, you have a problem. You're going to keep borrowing. So what is the problem? It's not the borrowing, and the feeling it brings. The problem is that you were not aware that you have to find a way to earn 5 times what you spend. So you may have created that problem for 10 years and you're trying to run out of that problem right now, but you never went back to see what didn't you do to avoid spending more than you earn? What didn't you do? What did you do about it? And if you begin to work, that's how I'll tell you, give yourself 3 years. If you begin to work towards doing what you need to do now, okay, then you will not have the problem in 3 years. Don't run away from the problem because you can never run away from it if you did not change what you did to get in it. All right. So the question is, what do I have to do to earn 5 times more than what I spend? Am I correct? Is that a beautiful question that you can ask yourself immediately, right? What do I need to do over the next 3 years? Okay, that would help me earn more than I spend 5 times daily. And if you find every reasonable response, you can find out that your job does not cut it. Okay. And actively, let me say the big one in the room, trading will not cut it. Because trading is still a job, because you do not know your outcome today. So you cannot say, I will earn today what I'll spend. It has an opportunity, it has an option, but it is not guaranteed. So stop trying to use the business to solve your problem. No, create a service. If anybody wakes up today, every one of you is on this call. If anybody wakes up today in the diverse billions of people in the world who got your value and paid for it, you are not alive. You're not living. I'm not even talking about purpose. You are not alive if someone didn't gain value from you today. Am I making sense? Because value orients income. Everybody who's successful and have financial freedom, they have service freedom. They're offering a service to the world that someone can wake up and say, thank you. Someone can look forward to your service. I have different services and I'm still building, despite the fact that I'm already financially free. Because I realize there's more people to serve. I'm creating services, I'm building projects, I'm investing more. I'm using what I'm earning from work to build projects that would help other people. And thereby, why am I doing it? Because I know if I do it, I'll be free and more. I will have more impact over more people. And the more I have more impact over people, I'll earn more money. So the goal is not earning more money. The goal is building more impact. Money is a byproduct. So that's how I got out of debt. Or would I say the consciousness of debt? There's a time I have to borrow for rent. There's a time I have to borrow for taking care of my home. But I don't think I can ever be in that situation anymore in life. There was a time I was trading. I was in debt. Trading didn't solve it. Value did. So take the next 3 years, reprioritize your focus in life and ask yourself, what am I doing in life to bring out myself that the world would accept and buy from me? If you don't have that, find a mentor and learn something new today. And trading is just one part. Trading helps multiply the money you have, not give you the money you don't have. Don't allow anybody deceive you. So when I trade, I multiply the money I have. So the question is, do you have money? If you're in debt, you don't have money. Okay. So this is one truth a lot of people don't want to learn. But I'll tell you, because I'm not here as a coach and as a trader to make you feel good so that you can, thank God, none of you right now is paying for the service. So I can tell you the truth. All right. If it was that, somebody would have said, oh, it's because I'm doing what I'm doing because I want people to stay here. Guess what? I'm pursuing for every information I'm giving to you. I'm making you love trading less. True or true? Everything I've been telling you since I started this session right now is making you lose the obsession of trading. Am I correct? Which means if I don't guide you right, some of you may even just dislike trading. Am I correct? Because nothing in me is telling you that trading is your boom. Why would I be doing that? If what I'm doing is I'm offering services in trading, why should I be doing that? Because I'm part of those who would not lie to you. There is money in this environment, but you cannot get the money if you do not know the truth. So I rather guide you in the direction of truth. So if you're obsessed, you would want to be obsessed in the right direction. Makes sense? Okay. Does that make sense? Means I can be truly trusted for the information without any bias. Okay. So the bias would be like, okay, I'm earning from it. No, that's out of it right now. Nobody can point that finger at me. So if that be true, trading is for wealthy people. Trading is for the rich that can be leveraged by the poor, but it is for the rich, but can be leveraged by the poor. But the mistake the poor do, or the poor is not literal like poor people, class, based on class, the people who are classed to be poor. Now, the people who are not rich are classed to be poor, not because they are poor. They are not yet there to manifest their riches, but they are classed to be poor. This is the mistake they do. They try to do what the consciousness of the rich people do, but they don't have the consciousness. When they ought to leverage, they are behaving. And that is really where the problem is. So when I know I have to leverage, I have to learn how to leverage and the things to do to leverage so that I am not emotionally connected to behaving who I am not. So rich people can invest, can blow this account you're talking about, SB, can lose so much money, but they still invest because why? They have more. See, they have more to come in to gain than the affection of losses, and they would always gain eventually. But you can't do that because the moment you lose one account, you count it as one loss. You lose two, you count it as two. You lose three, you count it as three. But they don't see it that way. A period can be their season. A year can be their season. They can be out of season of wins in a whole year, but they don't quit because they have the resources to fund their losses. You don't. Hence, you call it losses. But they don't have that consciousness, but you're behaving like them with a wrong consciousness. What's going to be your result? Your consciousness, because you don't own it. They own it. So what I tell people, learn to build service. See, go data, do data. I challenge you with this information. Write out 100 people you can know by name. And I can tell you, my own, in what you're going to write out, your findings. Okay. Write out 100 people who became successful and are still successful over a period of 5 years in trading as traders, and tell me if they don't have a community. Is there anyone you know that don't have a community? Let me know in the chat. You know any successful trader that has been here for 5 years, that has been successful as a trader, that doesn't have a community? If you do know one, check them out in 5 years. They will either have a community or they don't. They are no more in the business. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Are you guys learning this truth? So some of you will be like, and some of you even frown at it. If you are truly rich and good as a trader, why do you sell courses? Mindset of a poor person. They don't sell courses because they want to be rich with courses. They sell courses because the act and principle of success is you have to serve. And every service comes with a price. Now they place prices based on who they are, but they are playing the principles of money while you are being adamant to the idea that they are ripping you off. But if it is true, find out 100, go to stretch it out to 1,000, stretch it out to 10 million, stretch it out to 1 billion. You will never find 90% of successful people that have stayed in an environment of 5 to 10 years don't have community. The factor of their success is not in what they know, it's in the services they have. So when I gain value, I can build a service, because that building a service is what, see, when I gain value, I can earn money, but to retain money and duplicate it, earning is not a class. Service is the class. So people who aspire for success build services to retain and duplicate money. What is someone buying from you right now? If you don't have, why don't you build the knowledge that someone can buy tomorrow? So when you learn the skill, mastery, this is why I tell people, those who have mastered the act of trading are those who have proof of service. So I'm not a trader because I have a strategy to earn. I'm a trader because I taught that strategy and someone is using it. I have proof of mastery. And guess what? I incentivize that proof of mastery. I'm earning money from different streams. Whilst you people are here watching this video, other people are going to come and watch this video, okay, and I get paid without you even paying. Some of you are watching this video right now on YouTube. I get paid. Okay, through this service, someone is going to watch and is going to reach out to me. Oh, I want you to mentor my community. I get paid. Did I ask for money? No, my services brought the income. I get paid in person. As a coach, see, you don't have to look for the money. Become the person that money will attract, that will attract the money. Stop wasting years trying to get money. Become the person and the money will flow. And guess when it starts to flow, you can't stop it. This is the truth I can tell you. So Cambry, at what point did you really attain your success in trading? I could say my 3rd year. My 2 years was a disaster. I knew how to trade, I knew how to earn money, but I lost everything, even with the knowledge. And guess what? When I became an educator in IAM, I was still struggling financially, but I was rich. My struggles were relative. Okay. But I got a point in time, I factored in some things that I can never go deep. My 3rd year was my blow zone. My 2nd year was a disaster. And guess what? I was a coach. But my strength grew as I began to. The moment I had the platform to impact a lot of more people, when I came into IAM as an educator and I have influence, my influence grew. Guess what? My income grew. I didn't have to chase it. It followed me. Because why? My service, my value in service increased. So the platform gave me more increase in service, and the increase in service automatically boosted what? My finances. Now I have more money to trade and earn more. Now I have more money to fund my losses. There was a time I wasn't even trading because I was psychologically blunt in losses. I had to take 9 months out. I wasn't trading, but I was teaching and giving value. I was servicing. And guess what? In 2020, I made times 3 of what I'd lost in 2 years of trading. And that, whoa, that was a breakthrough. But that was not a breakthrough into my ultimate freedom, as I call it today. But that was a realization that now I've mastered the mindset that truly what was causing me to lose for these 2 years was a pressure of debt, like Anthony said. I was afraid of being in debt, and I became in debt. I got a point I was in debt. I had to sell. So what caused the debt? Not because I borrowed money to live a life. No. Because of my skill, I attracted investors who gave me money. And eventually, when my problem came, I lost all the money. So I was now in debt. Again, I was paying those debts. For a period of 2 years, I was in that debt. But did that affect my service? No. Did that affect my personality? No. Did I stop what I was doing? No. But 2020 gave me a realization. I sold my 2 cars in 2019. I paid off the debt. The moment I did, 2020 blows on. I finally realized something. The problem was not my skill. The problem was my person. I was affected by the burden of those debts, and I wasn't producing the right reality. The moment I let go of the debt, and guess what? So what I learned was, someone may say, Kempi, you had 2 cars to sell. I was worrying unnecessarily. It's the worry that was causing the problem. So I learned mentally to let go, to be free of every burden, whether it's physical or emotional. I free myself. I absorb the consequence. What could be the worst that can happen? I absorb it and I behave like it can. If it happens, so what? And that is how I deal with every life circumstances so that it doesn't affect my reality. I guard my heart. So whether I'm in a debt physically or I'm in a debt emotionally, it doesn't count. It doesn't affect my trading. That's why there are 2 different knots. So Kenry, do you have problems? I have problems that are bigger than all of you put together. But it doesn't affect my vision. In fact, I'm investing more in the vision because I know that's what's going to solve all of the problems that may arise as a problem that I don't see. With that being said, I hope I have touched every heart of yours this morning. I think I'm about to run. Okay. There's more to life in listening than in taking actions you're not guided. All right. And every one of you have a very, very important access. Take advantage of it. God bless you. It's Friday. Don't be obsessed about what is not yours yet. Thank God this session was recorded. When I was recording this, I normally don't record Friday session, but somebody said I should record. I recorded it, right? Yeah, I recorded it. I knew. I was like, why recording? But I now realize why my spirit said I should record. It's all dependent on you. Have a peaceful day. Have a peaceful weekend of learning. I'll see you guys next week. God bless you.